Hi, I'm Tracy Heatley, and thank you for tuning in to the Better Marketing Podcast, bringing you marketing magic in minutes. Today's episode is all about how networking can be a powerful marketing strategy. Not just a way to hand out business cards and drum up leads, but a meaningful, consistent part of how to grow your business. Let's get started with this episode. First of all, I want to focus on why networking is marketing. So often I hear people say I'm going to be doing my networking as though it's a separate activity from the marketing, or I do my marketing and I do some networking, like the two are separate. But let me be clear, networking is marketing. Done right, networking isn't just about being seen, it's about building trust, developing relationships, and becoming the go-to person in your space. So whatever service you're providing, you become the go-to expert, the go-to person for your business sector. And really, that's marketing at its core. I've been running networking groups for over 20 years. I've been networking since 2003. I've trained hundreds and hundreds of professionals in how to network effectively. And I still do it every single week through my Better Networking hubs. I run networking groups that are structured referral focused groups designed to get results. So when I'm talking about networking, it's not just theory to me. I've lived and breathed networking for well over 20 years. And I've seen firsthand what works, what doesn't, and why. And I've experienced myself what works, what doesn't, and why. I've had a ton of business through networking, and I've been able to help other people like you win a ton of business through networking as well. So I just wanted to share some of those insights with you on this episode. It's about relationships, not sales. And here's the biggest mistake that a lot of people make. They treat networking like it's a sales pitch. They go into networking meetings thinking, how many customers can I win today? But the real power comes when you shift that mindset to, who can I build relationships with today? Who can I help today? And how can I support and be supported? I think I'm right in saying that it was Zig Ziglar who said, if you help enough people to get what they want, they will help you get what you want. When you lead with generosity and curiosity, your reputation grows, people start referring to you, trust builds, and business flows. So let's have a look at how networking can boost your brand. If you're in a service-based business, you are your brand. When people meet you, hear your voice, see your values and actions, it strengthens your brand, in particular, your personal brand. Every interaction reinforces your message. Networking gives you control over the perception, how other people view you and your businesses and the service that you provide. Plus, there's a ripple effect of referrals, which means your brand is being talked about when you're not even in the room. So done right, it can be a really effective marketing strategy. Now let's look at the difference between online and offline because both matter. Some people think networking only happens in person. Others think it's just about online networking on platforms like LinkedIn or attending online networking meetings and events and things. The truth is, it's both. Show up at in-person meetings consistently. Be active online with purpose, comment, connect and contribute, especially when it comes to LinkedIn. Follow up after meetings with a message, not a sales pitch. Be memorable, not for being loud, not for being extrovert, but for being helpful and being human. Networking today is about blending digital and face-to-face connections to stay visible and valuable. So like with most of my episodes, there's a bit of AI threaded into things. And you might wonder what AI's got to do with networking, but you can use it for your follow-up for sure. So just a little AI tip for you in this episode. Here's a smart way to combine AI with networking. Use a tool like ChatGPT to craft tailored follow-up messages or keep notes on people that you meet. It's also good to help you develop ideas and angles for your 60-second pitch if you're attending a networking group like my Better Networking Hubs, for example, I wouldn't necessarily read from a script because when you're doing a 60 seconds, you want to be able to look around the room really. But it's really good to use for a creative spark and different angles and approaches. But you could put a follow-up message together that's a standard follow-up message, but you adapt it based on conversations that you've had and things like that. Because it's about building relationships, you need to send personalized follow-ups. And here's the other thing as well, just thinking about follow-ups. At my Better Networking Hubs, people join, they pay a membership fee. We have visitors to come along to the meetings and some of them join and some of them don't. However, I have always made it my business to follow up with visitors, and some of the best business I've had has come from visitors that have not necessarily joined a networking group, whether it's mine or another one that I've been to. So the fruit is always in the follow-up with networking. So don't be afraid of following up with people. That's what they want. And even if you're part of a group and they don't join, you can follow up with them. You never know. You might still be able to do business with each other, refer business to each other, or form a professional relationship that you both get to benefit from. Let's talk about a quick action step that you can take. If networking has felt awkward or ineffective or like you were wasting your time, take a step back and ask, am I showing up consistently? Am I genuinely interested in helping others? Do I follow up in a meaningful way? And if not, that's okay. It just means that now's the time to change your approach. Like I've said before, with marketing tactics, and networking is a tactic, sometimes people try things for their business and they think it's not working. Quite often, it's perhaps the approach or the marketing messages or the strategy behind things that isn't right. So if network has not worked before, maybe it's time to try it again, but try it with a new attitude, a new perspective, and a new approach, because it really can make a huge difference to your reputation and to the success that you gain from networking, and also, importantly, your ability to be able to help other people. So speaking of networking, do feel free to connect with me. You'll find out more about my networking groups at betternetworking.co.uk. If you're a Lancashire or Greater Manchester based business in the UK, then why not come along for a visit? Plus, if you need my help improving your networking strategy or your confidence with networking and marketing, I've got mentoring sessions and training sessions. I've got my strategy cycle program, all of which combines everything that I do to help service-based business and professional service businesses like yours. And importantly, let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm active on LinkedIn. I go on LinkedIn at least once a day. If you're a service-based business and you're not on LinkedIn, may I suggest that you get your profile set up. If you're not active on there, again, go back and listen to the podcast episode that I did with my lovely friend Pam Case, who's a LinkedIn trainer. There's loads of good stuff on there about being active on there, but do connect with me. Now, when you go to my profile, it will say follow, but go to the three dots. Go to connect and connect with me. Don't just follow me. Connect with me. Send me a direct message and let me know that you've listened to the podcast, and I will be happy to connect with you on LinkedIn, and let's do some networking together. So you can head over to my profile. If you put my name in, Tracy Heatley, you will find me, and it would be great to hear from you. If you want to head over to my website, there's loads of tips on there. And also, don't forget to download your Small Business Owner's Roadmap to a Better Strategy. My website is tracyheatley.com. I have two businesses. I have Better Networking Hubs and Better Marketing with Tracy Heatley. If you want to download your strategy guide, you need to go to tracyheatley.com. That's tracyheatley.com. And remember to put in the code POD2025 because you could potentially win a power hour with me. Okay, so now's the time to review your networking strategy. If your approach is working, that's fantastic. And if not, there might be some little tweaks that you can make that would make all the difference. Next time on the next episode, I'll be talking about what it really means to understand your ideal customer. So we'll be going beyond the basics. So until then, remember, better marketing means better business. I'm Tracy Heatley, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Better Marketing Podcast.